The three questions are: what is the most beautiful place that you have ever been? What inspires you to be creative? And use the phrase, "oh silly me," in a sentence. My friend Jen, who is a graffiti artist and artist extraordinaire, says the most beautiful place that still takes my breath away when I look at photos is Sanjusan-jin-do Temple in Kyoto, Japan, the Temple of 1,000 Buddhas. Firetone, who plays Afrobeat music, says, "Oh yes, brother, where I grew up, east of Cameroon, Jamaica, Portland, northeast Brasilia. My elementary school teacher, Mr. Trammell, says, the most beautiful place, geographically beautiful, is Lucerne, Switzerland, beautiful to my soul, above the skyscrapers of New York City, flying into the city for the first time. Other people influence me to be creative, inspiration from their creative efforts, and surprising people who have been lulled by the mundane." My friend Natalia Botero says, the most beautiful place I've been is Sierra Nevada and Santa Marta, up in Ciudad Perdida, where I saw the Cogui Indians still living a life of simplicity and connected to the earth in a magical way. What inspires me, my friends, love, and my dreams. Silly me in Spanish is que hueva yo. My friend Courtney, who is a piano player, says, the most beautiful place is Dunn's River Falls in Jamaica. What inspires you to be creative? Being around a positive community while enjoying soulful, healthy food. Oh, silly me. I forgot you can't be three places at once. My friend Oliver, guitar player, says the Sierra Nevada mountains near my home. Something from within that is hard to pinpoint and, as far as I know, indescribable. And oh silly me, I've been paying in the compost because I read it adds nitrogen and helps to make great garden soil. My friend Carly Sue, who's a photographer, says, the Seven Hills of Lisboa is the most beautiful place I have ever seen. I'm inspired by the things that people overlook and often don't see. Oh silly me normally comes out of my mouth when I am being foolish, but never a fool. My friend Vaughn says, Maracas Beach, Trinidad. Inspiration comes from what I want to see in the world. And oh silly me, I shared all I had and didn't save any for myself. My friend Stephanie, a dancer. The most beautiful place, Martinique, Les Plages des Salines. I can be inspired by people holding hands, caterpillars hatching, the moment of birth, the moment of death, leaves, in general, simple acts during our life cycle. The fire alarm wouldn't stop beeping. I took it off the rack and changed the battery, but oh silly me, didn't push the reset button, so it kept beeping. My friend Gordon from Suriname says the most beautiful places I have been to are in the interior of Suriname. The Native American tribes and Afro-Surinamese tribes along the rivers are a wonder to see. Oh silly me could roughly be translated to O J Baha in Swanantango. My friend Sasha, a filmmaker, says, Istanbul in Europe, as it's a crossroad of many cultures, religions, a lot of our values and morals come from that area. In Istanbul you can feel all of that and see it mixed and matched and mismatched. Also, the Rift Valley in Kenya, in the middle of nowhere on a farm with 15 acres of land and no electricity, going to sleep when the sun, after snacking on some corn on a coal stove. My cousin Jennifer says Pikes Peak, Colorado Springs. Inspiration comes from my children and the children of others. My friend Mark, a painter, says, I guess the most beautiful place I've ever been was back to where I was born in Korea. It wasn't so much the place, although it was awesome, but the people. I never had the experience of being completely immersed in a crowd of people that looked just like me. I felt so at ease, a very beautiful feeling. This may sound like an oxymoron, but what inspires me to be creative is when I see problems, because then I start thinking of a better way something can be done. Leon, who is a keyboard player, says, haven't been there yet. I am most creative waking up in the middle of the night or when I first get up. Sometimes the pressure of an upcoming gig inspires me to create. Also, when I walk out of one place onto the street, musical ideas come to me. Oh Silly Me, 2040 Tangerine Pencil. My friend Tammy, an actor, says Alfaro Beach in Puerto Rico. It's a secret beach. The smell of applause inspires me. My mother says, what is the most beautiful place you've ever been? The most beautiful place to which I have ever been is the town of Monte Carlo, Monaco. What inspires her is the beauty that's found in nature. And oh silly me, I am looking for my glasses and I already have them on. My friend Gloria, a designer, says the most beautiful place is a specific spot in Israel, one on the road Ha-Araba, means of south, to the Dead Sea. Off the road, driving up a mountain, there's a viewpoint. The breathtaking view of the Dead Sea and the red Jordan Mountain, as it's so calm and peaceful. Oh, silly me. I think I can hear the silence from the top of this desert mountain. My friend Hafiz, a designer, says, Paris is a place I want to myself. I want to remove the people and walk the street all day, looking at the architecture, and go down the Champs-Élysées to the Louvre and walk through the park. Simply astonishing. What inspires me to be creative, it's like breathing. It's involuntary. Can't explain it fully, but let's just say I get off on communicating with people non-verbally. Art's the best way to do so. I love watching people's reaction and hearing their feedback. Subjectivity is great. It's a way to show just how different we are. Manny, a musician, says, the most beautiful place I've been to is Ashislepa, a sacred Badlands desert in New Mexico. The things that inspire me are everyday life, great music, art, the love for my friends and family, and things that challenge and test my existence. My cousin Imani says, the most beautiful place I've ever been is Ilha de Mare, Bahia, Brazil. Bright moments inspire me to be creative, and oh silly me, I keep forgetting that some folk don't hear the music. My friend G. Earl Grice, a drummer, says, the most beautiful place I have been to is Maui. I'm inspired to play every time someone tells me they enjoy watching and feeling the intensity and passion I exude in my performance. Suddenly, I panicked thinking I lost my cell phone, but I was talking on it at that very moment. Oh, silly me. Kimberly, who works with jazz musicians, says, the most beautiful place is seeing the islands rise on Grand Turk in the Caribbean. And she is inspired by splashing rain puddles, girls giggling, gentlemen tipping hats. Oh, silly me, happiness likes to be.